Welcome to A-Level Chemistry Paper 1 for June 2023. Question 1. Give the name of the instrument used to determine the structure of crystals. The right option there is the X-ray goniometer. If you look at the other options, those are instruments used during spectroscopy or spectrometry. But the right instrument that we use to determine the structure of crystals that involves the determination of the bond lengths, the bond angles, and of course the structure is the X-ray goniometer. Question 2. Below are some properties of chlorine, bromine, and their compounds. Which property has a smaller value for chlorine than bromine? The right answer there is the strength of van der Waals forces between molecules of the element. You notice that bromine has a higher molar mass than chlorine, and since it has a higher molar mass than chlorine, the strength of the van der Waals forces in bromine will be higher than in chlorine, since the strength of van der Waals forces increases with increase in molar mass. And it's obvious that the strength of van der Waals forces is going to be smaller for chlorine than for bromine, since they exist as simple molecules. Now, question 3. Given the following half equations, we have the first one where the chromium 3 plus has gained an electron to produce chromium 2 plus with E theta value of minus 0.41, and then the second one where copper 2 plus has gained 2 electrons to produce copper atoms. And you have been asked to calculate the EMF of the cell formed when the two half cells are coupled. In a situation like this, we are going to apply the formula EMF is equal to E theta right hand side minus E theta left hand side, where the right hand side electrode is going to be that which has the higher E theta value, and then the left hand side electrode is the one which has a lower E theta value. And so if you look at the values we have minus 0.41 and then plus 0.34. So this half cell is going to be on the right hand side, while this one is going to be on the left hand side. And so we are going to have plus 0.34 minus 0.41. And we do that, we are going to have plus 0.75 volts. And that ties with A. Okay. Question 4. The radioactive decay of nickel has a half-life of 120 days. How long will it take for 1.2 grams of nickel to reduce to 0.30 grams? You look at it, solve this simple way, we notice that 1.2 gram of nickel reduces to 0.60, which is half of 1.2 in 120 days. Now, the half of 0.60 is 0.30, which entails another 120 days. So the total time taken to reduce from 1.2 to 0.30 is going to be 120 plus 120, which is equal to 240 days. Question 5. Which reagent is used to distinguish between propan 1 ore and propan 2 ore? We cannot use phosphorus pentachloride because both are alcohols, and so they are both going to give steamy white fumes of HCl when reacted with PCl5. Similarly, we cannot use thionic chloride because thionic chloride is a reagent that reacts with all kinds of alcohols, whether primary, secondary, or tertiary. We cannot use ammoniacal silver nitrate because ammoniacal silver nitrate is only used to test for the presence of triple bond in terminal alkynes. But we can use zinc chloride in Con HCl, which is Lucas reagent, a reagent that is used to distinguish between primary, secondary, and tertiary alcohols. So when we use zinc chloride in Con HCl, the secondary alcohol, which is propan 2 ore, is going to give us a wide cloudiness after about 5 minutes, whereas propan 1 oil will not give us any cloudiness at ordinary temperatures unless when heated. So the suitable reagent is zinc chloride in corn HCl. Question 6. Which of the terms below permits the use of +4 oxidation state by group 4 elements in the formation of compounds? Is trivial. The answer is hybridization, because when hybridization takes place in group 4 elements, in the case of carbon, for instance, where there's a mixing of 2s and then 2p orbitals to form 4 equivalent degenerate sp3 hybrid orbitals, the 4 of them will now be able to form simple covalent bonds, and so you notice that the exhibition of the +4 oxidation state has taken place. Question 7. Identify the products formed when sodium nitrate is strongly heated. When sodium nitrate is strongly heated, it's going to produce a nitrite and oxygen. Remember, the nitrates of group 1, except lithium nitrate, when decomposed, or they decompose on heating to produce a nitrite and oxygen, whereas the nitrates of group 2, in addition to lithium nitrate, they decompose when heated to produce an oxide of the metal, nitrogen dioxide, and oxygen. So on that basis, the correct answer is A, because you have sodium nitrite plus oxygen produced when we decompose sodium nitrate. Question 8. Question 8 says the reaction of benzene with bromine in the presence of iron 3 bromide is. The answer is electrophilic substitution reaction. And in that reaction, we notice that benzene reacts with bromine in the presence of iron 3 bromide is going to produce bromobenzene plus hydrogen bromide. And we notice that in the mechanism, bromine reacts with iron 3 bromide, producing the bromine ion plus FeBr4 minus. So iron 3 bromide is serving as a halogen carrier, as we are going to appreciate in the mechanism. So this is the benzene ring, which is rich in pi electrons. You react with this, it attacks the bromine ion, producing an intermediate, and then this now reacts with Br4 minus, which now abstracts this proton. This bond falls back here, and so you have back the generation of Br plus HBr. Of course, FeBr3 is regenerated since it is a halogen carrier. So this kind of reaction here is as we can see outlined here, this kind of reaction is an electrophilic substitution reaction. Okay, question 9. In question 9, we have a situation. The reaction of two species C and G were investigated and the following data were collected. We have experiment 1, we have the concentration of Cg, and for experiment 1, 2, and 3 given. And we have been asked to determine the rate expression. Okay, let's determine the order of the reaction with respect to C. If we have to determine the order of the reaction with respect to C, we choose 2 experiments where the concentration of C is constant, while the concentration of G is constant. While the concentration of C is changing. So we look at experiment 1 and 2. In experiment 1 and 2, the concentration of G is constant, that is 0.15, 0.15. But if you look at the concentration of C, it is doubling 0.15 to 0.3. If you divide this by this, you have 2. So this has doubled. If you look at the initial rate, 4 divided by 1 is 4. So the concentration has doubled while the rate has quadrupled or increased 4 folds or 4 times. And so this is by observation a second order reaction. Similarly, to determine the order of the reaction with respect to G, we are going to select two experiments where the concentration of C this time around is constant, whereas that of G is changing or varying. So experiments 1 and 3, the concentration of C is constant, while the concentration of G has doubled. So the concentration of G has doubled from 0.15 to 0.30. It has doubled, and the initial rate has also doubled, moving from 1 to 2. So looking at this, you discover that since the concentration of G has doubled as rate also doubles, it is a first order reaction. So the suitable rate expression is C, because we have rate equal to K, which is the rate constant, the concentration of C raised to the power 2, as we have experimentally determined, and then times concentration of G. So the suitable answer there is C. Alright. Question 11. Question 10 rather. Question 10. In the complex ion given, state the coordination number and oxidation state of chromium. Alright. Let's determine the oxidation state of chromium in that complex. We have chromium plus En is a neutral ligand, so it has an oxidation state of 0. 0 times 2 plus chloro has an oxidation state of -1. -1 times 2. All of that should be equal to +1. So have Cr, all of this 0, -2 equal to +1. So when Cr equal to -2 crosses to put over to this way, and we have Cr is equal to +3. As for the coordination number, if you look at the coordination number, this is the complex we have here. We notice that there are 6 dative bonds: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Since En is bidentate, each ethylene diamine molecule donates 2 or can form 2 bonds. And you notice that the shape of the coordination number is going to be 6, since there are 6 covalent bonds or coordinate bonds that are formed. Okay, for question 12 or 11, I beg your pardon, question 11, we have been asked to determine the number of lone pair of electrons that are found in the carbon monoxide molecule. Okay, let's look at the shape of the carbon monoxide molecule. In the carbon monoxide molecule, we have carbon and then we have oxygen. The electronic configuration of carbon is 2:4, while that of oxygen is 2:6. So each carbon, the carbon atom brings 1 electron for sharing, and then the oxygen atom also contributes 1. Similarly, we have a carbon atom bringing 1, and then the oxygen atom also bringing 1. And then, since we notice that neither carbon nor oxygen can expand their octet, it means that there's no possibility of formation of a quadruple bond. At this juncture, the only possibility is for oxygen to contribute a pair of electrons, whereas carbon is serving as the acceptor atom. And so we are going to have at the end a lone pair of electron on carbon, and then finally we have a lone pair of electron on oxygen. So oxygen actually has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 valence electrons, which has used 4 for bonding, while oxygen actually has 1, 2, 3, 4 valence electrons and has used 2 for bonding. So we have a lone pair available on carbon and another lone pair available on oxygen. So there are 2 lone pairs of electrons in a carbon monoxide molecule. Right. Question 12. The element X has the following successive ionization energies in kilojoules per mole. The values are given here. And you are asked that to which group of the periodic table does X belong? X actually belongs to group 4. The reason why we say it belongs to group 4 is because if you look at the way the ionization energies vary, from 786 to 1580 is about 1 point something. Similarly, from 3230, living from 1580 to 3230, and then 3230 to 4360, we discover that the values are not really having a great change of greater than 1 point, or of it has not even doubled. There's no great change in the values of the ionization energies. However, if you consider now the fourth ionization energy, because this is the first, second, third, this is the fourth ionization energy, leaving the fourth ionization energy to the fifth ionization energy, that is from 4,360 going to 16,000. You notice that the value of the ionization energy has almost quadrupled. That's increased about 4 times. So we discover that these four ionization energies are close to each other because the energy, these electrons are on the same shell, and these are energies that are associated with the removal of electrons that are within the same shell. But to remove the fifth electron, it requires extra energy because a new shell is being penetrated. Therefore, we say that this element belongs to group 4 because it has 4 electrons that are on the valence shell, which is indicated by the closeness in their ionization energies, whereas with the fifth electron coming from a new shell has an extra or very high ionization energy. So this element belongs to group 4. All right, question 13. Question 13 says a sample of an organic compound was heated with sodium pellets and dissolved in water. A sample of the solution turned violet with prepared sodium nitroprusside. This indicates the element present in the sample is, the answer is sulfur. All right, question 14. Question 14. Which of the following compounds is most readily hydrolyzed? All right, the compounds we have there, let us look at their structures. We have here ethanoic chloride, we have ethanoic acid, we have ethyl ethanoate, and then we have ethanamide. If you look at them, the difference between the compounds are these groups. We have Cl, OH, we have the ethoxy group, and then we have the amino group. If you look at this group, we discover that the most electronegative of them all is chloro, and so it is being the most electronegative, it has the highest tendency to withdraw electrons away from this carbonyl function, and so it is going to make the carbon atom here to be greatly deficient in electrons, and since it's going to be really deficient in electrons, it can be readily attacked by another nucleophile, OH, per se, during which there will be a substitution reaction. So the rate of reaction is going to be highest in this chloro, in a group where we have chloro, because chloro is the most electronegative. So ethanoic chloride is the most reactive. All right, we look at question 15. Calculate the concentration of chloride ions in a solution
At clazgate.com, we have free solutions to all Cameroon GCE past questions. That is both for advanced level and ordinary level. When you go to ClassGate, the first thing you have to do is log in. Log in right here. And you'll see you are able to log in with your Gmail account. So if you don't have a Gmail account, it's preferable you create one right now so that you can enjoy all free solutions, all free courses for the success in the GCE. Now I'm going to handle how to enroll for free courses and paid courses in this tutorial. So let's enjoy. Upon successful login, you'll be prompted, are you a teacher or are you a student? So you can see classgate is for both teachers and students, but since it's a student-based tutorial, you're going to select I am a student. You'll be directed to your profile page, but this is not what is important. What we have to do is we have to study. So you search for the course you want to study. And in this example, we're studying biology. So I'm searching for biology, and you can see all biology courses on classgate. That's both paid and free. Classgate is offering solutions to advanced level biology 2019 paper 1 for just 100 francs, and classgate is also offering solutions for human biology 2021 paper 1 for just 100 francs. And under free courses, you can see the Cameroon GCE advanced level biology on the year 2020 paper 1 all for free, and human biology 2021 paper 2 solutions for free. What you want to do is you have to enroll to your free courses right now. Okay, so you click the enroll now button. You click the enroll now button, you'll be directed to your dashboard, and you can start the course anytime you want. So I'm starting the course, and this is our classroom. You just have to be patient, your course will get loaded. Produce pyruvate. Well, the answer is definitely D. If you want a full screen mode, just click here and you are enabled to full screen mode. You can select the quality you want. If you want lesser quality which require more data, you select 180 pixels. Okay, if you want to speed up the course, just select 2 times. Okay, and everything goes faster. Okay, and you can escape from the full screen mode. ClassGate also has a place for you to ask questions, okay, and the teacher of this course is going to respond immediately. And you can also ask questions. The questions are public, everybody can see it. Now let's go on how to do a paid course. We're searching biology again, and we're searching. To pay for services on ClassGate, this is what you want to do. You click the add to cart button, okay, and you select this blue notification right here, and now you're redirected to the checkout. You can see this is the card icon right here. You can also click it to be redirected to the checkout. And here, proceed to checkout. What we are buying is Cameroon GCE A-Level Biology MCQ 2019. You'll be prompted to enter your phone number. When you enter the correct phone number, you can save the phone number on ClassGate, or you can choose not to save, depends on you. Click a complete payment button, and then you'll be prompted to you see a flash message will appear on your phone. You'll be prompted to enter your mobile money pin. If you don't see the flash message, just dial *126# and the flash message will appear. If you're on Orange, dial *150*50#, okay, and the prompt will also appear. Upon successful payment, you can see payment has been successful notification. Click here for your invoice. Okay, you can click here, you see your invoice, you can download your receipt. But what we're doing is we're enrolling for a course. So let me go back to business. Now search for the biology course. I want you to take note of this difference. When you pay for a course, the icon changes from add to cart to start course. You see it has changed from add to cart to start course. So you just start the course immediately. Play, just wait for the course to load. The course will be loaded. Click the play now button, and there you have your course. What are soluble end products of carbohydrate and protein? Digestion through the intestinal mucosa into the blood capillary of the villi is by A. Diffusional osmosis, B. Diffusional active transport, C. Endocytosis and exocytosis, D. Endocytosis and pinocytosis. The correct answer here is the transport of soluble end products of carbohydrate and protein. Digestion through the intestinal mucosa into the blood capillary of the villi is by A. Diffusional osmosis, B. Diffusional active transport, C. Endocytosis and exocytosis, D. Endocytosis and pinocytosis. The correct answer here is